Welcome to a special presentation from the Kaizo Race Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Blind Kaizo Race Network, BKR. Today, we're coming at you with one of the most exciting announcements of all time in terms of the ROM hacking community, and that is that on Thursday, June 27th at 5:27 p.m., mark it in your calendars, that's Eastern time, you're going to want to tune in to the Games Done Quick channel on Twitch or head right on down to Minnesota so you can check out the first ever Kaizo Mario World blind ROM hack race. It's going to be a relay with 8 separate racers. That includes my man Grand Pooh Bear, Panga, Glitch Cat, Dode, Barb, Tofu, Just Cook, and Laser Belch. Some star-studded members of the community right here, some top competitors coming in, and it's gonna be an absolutely mind-blowing event that you will kick yourself in the pants if you miss. Now again, that time is Thursday, June 27th at 5:27 Eastern time. Mark it in your calendar. Make sure you check in on that time on the GDQ website. Sometimes they do shift around a little bit, so you don't wanna miss it. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and pass it over to my correspondent in the street, also conveniently named Xwater, who's gonna help run you through the whole process we got here. We got a good team of panelists and a team of coaches, opposing coaches, of course, that are gonna be drafting these players to decide who's gonna be against who for this amazing race. Xwater, I pass it to you. Now, the team selection for this event is going to be an affair of the gods. And so we have assembled some of the most brilliant minds of Mario and all of the other people we could also find. And we've gathered them together here to kind of talk about the way that these teams are going to go down. So we have 2 coaches and 4 panelists. Introducing them right now, we have Mr. Mighty Mouse. Hello, Mr. Mighty Mouse.
Hello. I've played Kaizo for a while. I'm familiar with all the runners, and I've played at a pretty high skill level, so I feel good enough to analyze and judge what's going on.
All right, what's your crown achievement in your Kaizo career?
I've beaten Kaizo 3. I've ran Grand Pooh World 2, and I've just beaten a host of hard hacks like Storks, Panga World, Rift World. There's too many. There's too many to list.
Ooh, gonna be hard to catch up to that. All right, after that, Shovda we have for the panel as well. Shovda, hello, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing pretty good. Been in Kaizo for, SMW Kaizo for about 6 months. Before that, I was a Mario Maker streamer, did no skip super excerpts because I am an unhappy person. And my crowning achievement is beating Search for Salmon by Glitch Cat.
I was gonna guess that would be it. That is a hard hack.
I've repressed half of it and the other half makes me cry.
All right, and next up, we have probably the most luscious set of locks on all of the Kaizo community. Hank Sinatra, hello. Welcome to the panel.
Oh, hello. Thank you for having me. Great to be here. I'm Hank. I've been playing Kaizo for just over 2 years now, I think. Big fan of all the runners today. I'm super excited to see who these coaches choose. And I think that my crowning achievement in Kaizo has to be beating Super Dram World 100%. That was nuts.
Yeah, that is, I don't think I even finished that off when I ran that game. All right, and then for our final panelist, the anchor of it all, Jen's Orbit. Jen, hello.
Hi. I've been watching Kaizo for years. It was something I never thought I would be able to do, but I started playing last year and I've almost beat Grand Pooh World 2. I'm so happy.
How many levels you got left?
I'm on Bowser at this time.
At the time of the recording. So
yeah,
by the time everyone's watching
Very
this,
stressful month for her. Don't
I will have
the leaderboard.
Bowser by the time this airs.
And by that time, I'm sure that'll be crowning Kaizo achievement because that is a hard fight. All right, well, that is our panelists, everybody. I'm gonna pass it over to our coaches to introduce themselves and talk a little bit about their strategies for the picks today. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Space Cat and 3 Cats, the battle of the felines. So right off the bat, I feel like 3 Cats just has the advantage because of numbers, but
I do. Mitch, not Mitch. God, you 1 second on it. Already made a mistake. Beautiful Xwater. I'm sorry.
You know what? Mitch is really close to my actual name anyway. You're fine.
I'm not going to hide it. I do. I've been watching Kaizo for far too many years. Back when Panga had 2 viewers, one of them me, the other one Dode. Even when Dode had 3 viewers, and we didn't even want him in the Kaizo community. I did not get on the Mario Maker wave. A bunch of kids got excited today about Mario Maker 2. I didn't give 2 farts. Not 2 farts about it. I have been strictly Kaizo my whole career, and I know these runners better than anyone. And I wish Space Cat the best of luck because it's just not happening for it. I'm sorry.
You know what? I have a few words for that. My Kaizo professional career has been Super Mario Maker, which doesn't make any sense because the physics stuff. But I think I will have the best team. I have people in mind that is going to take down 3 cats. I am clearly the superior one, ruler of the universe.
Nice. I mean, it's an honor to be here in front of all these great Kaizo players and a girl that lost to Gabby J. But well, yes, it's yes. I would love to get this started because I got notes, I got things to do, and I'm looking good. So let's. You want to do this? Let's get this draft started. Is that not?
Yeah.
That's not my job. I'm not allowed to say that, am I? That was X Water's piece.
You did a really good job. You did a really good job, though.
I'm excited for this beatdown. I'm excited for it, really.
So I believe the way this is going to be going down is we're going to have our coaches pick. Space Cat will have first pick, I guess, because 3 Cats was so confident he doesn't need it. Yeah, Space Cats will have the first picks, 3 Cats second, and then between each round of picks, we'll be having a small discussion between the panelists about the logic between these picks and how they feel these players will match up against each other with whatever particular skill set and experience they might have. And we'll cycle through basically all of the potential pool of characters until we get all the way down to whoever has to be last pick for the ball game. At what point are we going to find out the team names? Are you guys going to? Do you guys have your team names already, or will you be giving us the names once you choose?
You sure, you betcha.
Tell us, Space Cat. Tell us now.
You want to know my name?
Yes.
Well, it's One Tile Men.
One Tile Man.
One Tile Men.
One Tile Men.
Well, I'll reveal my. We're the Lunar Magicians. I came up with it. I came up with it at 5 a.m. and I ran to my phone.
Panelists, who do you think has the advantage based on name alone?
Oh, I gotta go with 3 Cats. Lunar Magicians is a deep insight into the Super Mario world. I gotta give it to him.
It came at 5 a.m. It was clearly from God.
I'd have to say that Space Cat has the advantage here. If you're a 1-tile man, you can fit into a 1-tile gap pretty easily.
1-tile man fits in every situation.
1-tile gap at SGDQ. Dode's gonna have a hissy fit and pop. So.
I think I have to give this one to 3 Cats after doing the Grand Pooh World 2 puzzle and being stuck on that lunar magic bit of it. I think that's stuck in my head, and I think that's we got a solid team name there.
I'm also going with Lunar Magicians because depending on who he has on that team, there are some creative people with lunar magic and probably unstoppable.
It's 10,000 bits coming your way. I'm just kidding. You're not getting it.
Guys, please don't bribe the panelists. It won't get you any extra compliments. All right. I guess from this point forward, we are ready to get choosing. So, Space Cat, I believe you have the pool of characters in front of you. I currently do not. Terrible MC, but let's run through it together as a family so we can get everybody up to speed as to who is available for pick. So I'll list off all the ones that I remember off the top of my head, and hopefully I hit all 8.
9 Pokemon to this event, but not the list of names. My goodness, where did we get this thing?
Number 1, we have Grand Pooh Bear, obviously. Number 2, we have the Barbarous King, Noble Tofu, Glitch Cat, Dode, Laser Belch, and 2 more.
Juz
Cook, coming all the way from down under, and
Panga,
the father of it all.
Give away too much. Oh my goodness, let the girl pick.
All right. So, being that I am picking first, my first pick is I do want to go with somebody who does mean a lot to me. someone who has been an inspiration for both me personally and professionally. Someone who I look up to as not only a streamer, Mario player, and a friend. I'm gonna pick Barb first. Listen. These aren't going to be trash levels or viewer levels. These are shockingly going to be well-designed levels. And if we're talking about people who are good at playing ROM hacks, I think Barb is really high on that list. However, it's not just about playing. It's about being quick to recognize how to do things. Barb is really, really good at figuring out what to do when faced with a trick. He's created Widowspeak. You think he'll get phased by anything?
All hurts. I gave you first pick to take you-know-who. I gave you a choice of anyone. I took you into the Nintendo factory and said, pick out whatever Switch you want, and you took the Virtual Boy. Wow. Wow. Okay, so she starts with Barb. Okay, sorry, I have notes in front of me for any course of action could happen. I'm gonna go a different route. I'm not gonna poison my well. I'm gonna start with like all good farts. This guy is silent and deadly. With the second pick in the 2019 Kaizo draft, the Lunar Magician select Pangaea Panga from the University of Connecticut.
Is that true?
There's no applause. Maybe not to cloth waving. Do something. Jeez.
That was a literal. You have it written on your notes right there. Pause for applause.
Yeah, there was, and all I got was shoved his mittens clapping.
With the One Tile Men getting Barbarous King and the Lunar Magicians getting Panga panelists, how do you feel about these choices?
I'll start, if that's okay.
Yeah, take the floor.
Okay. Well, I would say that this is a pretty even matchup. We have some old school Kaizo and creativity in Panga, and we have some new school Kaizo coming up in Barbarous King, both from a creator standpoint and from a just being able to beat the levels standpoint. I think that Barb's Horde from the Kingdom of Barbalon will give him a leg up from Intimidation, but I think Panga is going to be pretty unfazed by any number of people. He's been playing since he was like 13, and he is, according to Wikipedia, 335 million years old. So that's a long time.
He doesn't show it. He definitely doesn't show it.
I think Barb is a sneaky good pick here because, as Space Cat alluded to, he's played a lot of viewer levels, and I think having that viewer level experience like trains you to react to anything. He's obviously very, very good at SMW, but just that quick reaction to anything can happen tends to lend itself really well to blind races. I think Barb was a sneaky good pick.
Yeah, I think these are both. These both are obviously going to be fantastic contributors to their teams, and both share a similarity in that they both have created ROM hacks before, and to do that, they both need a deep understanding of the game. Pangaea Panga has been doing it since he was a teenager. Barb has been doing it for years now, and I've also seen Barb practicing a ton. Like Panga may have been playing Kaizo longer, but Barb has been putting in work on his stream. I've been watching it daily. He's been doing a great job. And Panga, we have to wonder, Panga's been playing a lot of Overwatch and Celeste as well. He's been running Celeste. We have to wonder if he's going to get caught, like if he's going to be wandering off the path to try to find a strawberry. We're not sure what's going to happen yet. So, but I think it's a great matchup. I think it's two great players, and I think it's a great couple of first choices by both teams.
Been playing what?
Celeste and Overwatch.
Overwatch. So I'll have to have a talk with him about that.
Coach isn't happy.
Well, I think they're great picks. When I heard Barb, I thought, oh wow, she has this right away. And then you hear Panga, hack creator, against another great hack creator. So I think they both pretty even playing field there. I'm not sure who would take the win.
All right, well, that's it's definitely a strong start right there. How will it be followed up, Space Cat? It is your move.
All right, pick number 2. So for my second pick, I'm gonna need some charisma. Someone who can rally the team if needed. I need the people on my side, so I'm taking the people's champion, Pygmy Pooh. So I know the rumors that Pooh's head isn't in the game, that he's maybe too focused on Mario Maker 2, and then that consuming that much Red Bull in a lifetime is problematic for your heart. I get it, but he's still Pooh, and that's enough for me.
All right, you've got your turn, Three Cats. Go for it.
I'm sorry, I'm a little flabbergasted. Wow, I was really expecting a name that started with D and rhymes with Toad, but I guess we're not. I guess there's a fight in that household right now. Space Cat, kind of looks like you're not going with your heart. Looks like you're voting with your Twitch Prime. I don't know how good that's gonna. I'm trying to think about. Sorry guys, I got notes. I got strategies. I mean that's the emergency kill switch. We all know how dirty he plays. Ask Mitch Flower Powers, NES, how he plays at SGDQs. Wow, did not see this one coming. This kind of a loop for me. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna have to reroute here. I'm gonna have to take a backup trail. Sticking with the theme of good versus evil. This next guy would take a homeless man off the streets, bring him into his house, teach him how to play Kaizo, maybe have him join his band. There's no denying that this guy is just all around good. So, with that said, with the 4th pick in the 2019 Kaizo draft, Lunar Magician select Glitch Cat 7 from the University of Salmon, Pennsylvania. I'm playing my own applause.
All right, that's some strong picks coming up right there. We now have Arborist King and Pooh on Team One Tile Men, and Lunar Magicians featuring Panga and Glitch Cat. Panelists, how do you feel about this? I'll toss the floor to Jen's Orbit to start.
Glitch Cat, Search for Salmon, he's incredible for this. And versus Grand Pooh Bear, also an incredible pick. Another, I don't know who's gonna win.
I'll go next. Well, I'm leaning a little bit towards Glitch over here just because he's been very inspirational in my life, as Three Cats mentioned, incredibly kind. He's able to create hacks that require such precision that he has one great control over his Mario, like at all times. I once heard him called the Swiss Army knife of Kaizo players. He's able to do pretty much everything at a super high level.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a great matchup. You having Glitch Cat and Pooh, two veterans of Games Done Quick events. They've both proved that they can perform well in front of a crowd under intense pressure. I think that experience is going to suit them well here in this race. I think this is a great matchup, a great couple of choices.
I think these are great choices. I think this might be the first example of a specialized pick, or as specialized as these high tier players get. If you've ever seen Glitch Cat do anything with shells or item tricks, he's a literal god with them. He's amazing. He might be the best in this entire draft with shells. I think he got a really good pick. I think Glitch Cat will be able to knock a bunch of this out, and Pooh's just all around good. I've seen Pooh demolish every hack that's come his way.
Seen Pooh demolish a Nintendo Entertainment System.
He'll win at any cost. It's good. It's definitely a strong choice. All right, well, we have our teams half built right now going into the 5th pick of the night. Space Cat, I pass it to you.
All right, so I know we're on our 3rd pick here. Everyone is expecting me to pick somebody out of this whole entire lineup. They're ready for it. So I'm going to give them what they want. So I'm going to go with my gut here. I think Noble Tofu is going to be the runner that takes us over the top. Maybe it's the fact that he's been playing Grand Pooh World 2 for hours every day this past month. Maybe it's his shiny teeth, but I don't think anyone wants to win as much as he does. And that determination is something that can really encourage my team. Plus, I really don't think he wants to lose.
Okay, I'm flabbergasted right now. There's someone still on the board that I thought would have been taken by now, but I guess not. Said you take the guy that still owes tattoos to the Yakuza. Wow, is there an injury report that I need to know about? I feel like the one on my desk isn't updated. I don't know. I'm very confused right now. God, Space Cat, you know this is a Kaizo race, right? You know this is a Kaizo race? Okay, because by your picks right now, it's like you're filling out a Minecraft server. Okay, well, with that said, I'm gonna go with the man of the people, following the theme of good versus evil. I don't know if you know this about him. I don't want to dox him, but This guy builds tractors. And what do tractors do? They go onto farms, and it's so kids can shovel corn into their mouth. Without this guy, your kids aren't eating corn on the cob. So let me say this right. He deserves it. With the 6th pick in the 2019 Kaizo draft, the Lunar Magicians select Laser Belch from the Mines of Moria. Sorry, my bad. My cheers.
There you go. That's what we're all waiting for. The Noble Tofu, I always throw that in. Noble Tofu and Laser Belch, 2 very hot picks, 2 fierce competitors in terms of the latest craze to hit the Kaizo scene, Granpoo World 2. Panelists, how do you feel about these choices? And how do you feel about the leftover picks going on over here? Do you feel like they've been made? Do you think any of these teams maybe have chosen wrong yet? I'll let you take the floor, Hank.
Well, I think these are 2 very, very well-matched choices. Tofu and Laser have both been trading off the world record for Granpoo World 2 for a very long time now. They've been grinding the game for months. They're both incredibly good at Kaizo, just fantastic players. I think it's a great, great matchup. And I think we've got 2 players left, but I think it's important to remember that these last 2 players are both still very, very good competitors. They're very good SMW players. They're going to be very valuable to their team. Like this isn't like middle school dodgeball where they're only participating because they forgot their doctor's note. These could very well just as easily have been 1st round picks coming up too.
I agree. These are 2 solid picks. It's kind of speedrunner versus speedrunner if you look at it, because that's generally what they spend most of their time doing is speedrunning hacks. But that kind of leads to them getting really, really good at those particular skills. So let's say it's Disco Shell that they have to do or Fishing Boo that they have to do. They've grinded it down so hard that they've gotten incredibly good at those skills. So I think these are 2 solid picks.
I agree. I think they are very good picks. I mean, Laser Belch, world record holder for Granpoo World 1, and they've both been battling it out for Granpoo World 2. I've been watching Laser train. He's been playing a lot of the blind races. I think he's ready for this. And Tofu also plays a lot of different Mario hacks to prepare for this. It'll be fun to see who's going to take this.
Yeah, I'd say that both of their focuses on the Granpoo Worlds, especially as Mighty Mouse was saying, lends themselves to just being really good at that style of Kaizo, which doesn't use much item abuse, doesn't use many shells, but really good movement, really careful control of the Mario, able to go through water levels fairly well. I don't know if we're going to see a water level. We might see people cry if we do, but if it happens to, I trust them. And I should make note that this will be a home court advantage for Laser Belch. He is a Midwest boy.
All right, and that brings us to our 4th round picks right here. We're going to have Space Cat take the lead one more time for this final round. 2 options left, Space Cat, and we're all thinking it. Which way are you going to go?
All right. So my last pick is going to be a weird one. I know everyone expected me to pick one of the people that I hold dear. So I picked Dode for 2 reasons. 1, because he's already pissed at me for not only picking Barb first, but picking everyone else on the team first. And 2, because he says he's good at these things. And I don't know. I don't ever watch his streams too much, but people I trust say he's good. Listen, Dode knows how I feel about Barb and the others. He's not threatened, if that's what you're trying to imply. If there's one thing I do know about Dode, it's that if he's mad, he does hold a nasty grudge. You think he's calm, cool, robot man, but there's a darkness there. Darkness. And if that darkness comes out, you'll need to watch out because he's either winning the race by himself or TVs will start flying. Maybe a back out.
7th pick. Dode goes 7th. That is, I'm getting a lot of heat from my agents off screen right now about this Dode thing, and I have to explain myself to them first and foremost. I think Space Cat was trying to pass me a Dode quilt, and I think it was covered in smallpox. I think there was some, I think there was some evil afoot, so that is why I did not take Dode. This next pick hurts me a bit, but you know, when you're left with it, you got to go with it a bit. I just caught his stream late into the night. He was playing Super Fat Will, And those bottoms were jank, mate. Now, I think I got to go with this pick. With the 8th pick in the 2019 Kaizo draft, the Lunar Magicians select Juz Cook from a bush in Australia. We butted our heads in the past, but you know what? I think he knows what's on the line here. I think he knows he has to swim back if he lets me down. So I think I got Juz Cook at 8th.
All right. So that gives us Dode for the One Tile Men and Juz Cook for the Lunar Magicians. Panelists, let's hear your thoughts. I'll let you start it off, Mr. Mighty Mouse.
Okay, obviously Dode is a strong pick. I think one of his greatest attributes, besides just being talented at the game, is that he's actually a moderator for SMW Central. So playing blind new hacks is kind of what he does for the big bucks over there at SMW Central. But I like the pick of Juz Cook. He's got a lot of experience with custom stuff. So if they run into anything custom in this level, Juz Cook could be a real attribute to him. I like these picks.
Absolutely. Two very, very strong players. Dode, both with a lot of SMW experience. Dode is currently playing through every single Kaizo light hack submitted to SMW Central, which is obviously a huge feat. He's seen it all. But Juz Cook also has those blind level skills. There's that blind Kaizo level race every week, and Juz Cook consistently places very highly every time he participates, so that he will definitely be a strong contender. However, Dode definitely has home field advantage here. Dode has participated, he's ran at a GDQ in the past. I don't know if Juz Cook has experience playing in this country. He is coming from Australia. We're not sure, are the TVs gonna look upside down to him? Is he used to playing in a room that isn't filled with spiders? We just don't know that yet. So I think the advantage here for that is gonna come from Dode.
Yeah, I think in addition to what Hank just said about the TVs being upside down, I think there's a language barrier here. Juz Cook is, of course, as people have mentioned, Australian. So when he says prawns, like, he means shrimp. How's that going to handle? I just don't know. And I mean, Australia has a history of, they lost the Great Emu War in 1932, and I think he has that in his blood. Dode, on the other hand, calm and collected versus Juz Cook's high humor and lowbrow humor. But I'm a little worried that he's actually 3 task spots and a trench coat and might disqualify the team.
We'll give My Little Puzzles 3, a little dosage of My Little Puzzles 3 to Dode before the race starts. See how he does.
Yes!
Three very strong players. Juz Cook is extremely skilled. He created a hack Invictus, but then you have Dode who speed runs Invictus. And Dode's also doing the Kaizothon, so he has a lot of practice with just experiencing whatever he needs to do quickly. And he plays a lot of difficult hacks, so Dode might have the advantage over this one, but I'm not sure.
All right, well, that concludes the draft here. Space Cat, 3 Cats, the 2 coaches over here. Do you have any final thoughts as to your picks? Do you have any regrets? Are you worried at all about the other team's composition? How do you feel your teams kind of work as a unit together? Individually, they're all amazing players. But do you think your teams complement each other as players?
I'll take it first, Space Cat. When you have Panga and Glitch Cat at the top of your team, it doesn't really matter if the flavors go together. I mean, it's just vanilla and chocolate ice cream. You just pound them all day. You're big enough. Noble Tofu's there to maybe get into Laser Belch's head. Juz Cook's there to just talk and confuse everyone. But yeah, I think my team is more centered around the top 2 to carry me home. That's how I feel about it.
So look, I know I picked Dode last, but we know he's going to be the one carrying the team to victory. However, Barb and Pooh are best friends. You never know what's going to come out of those two. I mean, They are highly skilled.
You just keep. Hey, how about this? How about you just keep Pooh away from my Nintendo, my Super Nintendo? How about that, please?
You know, we may have that stomp advantage. You know, we got to get a leg ahead of the competition.
Yeah, well, you can keep his little crab legs away from my Super Nintendo, okay? Because I don't want any of that dirty business.
You know what?
This is not American History X. This is.
You know what? I'm gonna
Isophon.
take Laser Belch's headband and I'm gonna wrap your mouth with it. You better stop.
We have a little bet. Don't we have a little bet? Space Cat loser.
Yeah.
This has to play what someone else wants.
Yeah. So yeah.
Little Nemo, Adventures in Slumberland. Not on keyboard.
You want me to play Little Nemo?
Oh, you're gonna play the whole thing.
Oh, the whole
game.
The whole dang thing, you know. Well, I haven't picked my game out yet, but it's gonna be something scary. I don't care about your heart condition. You're gonna take it.
Bring it up on stream. I'll make you play Super Punch Out. Look at Jen's Orbit. Oh my God! Don't make him do it.
Strong teams. No matter who comes out the winner. I mean, there's good players all around.
Yeah, strong teams and passionate coaches. I'm looking forward to see. I don't know if I'm more excited to see the race or to see the aftermath between you two at this point.
Yeah.
All right, and what about you, panelists? With the composition of the teams, are there any final overall thoughts you have towards how this is all going to go down, advantages they have as a unit, or any other thoughts you may want to share about these two fully formed teams? Shoved, I'll let you take the floor first.
Oh, that was a bad idea. Yeah, I think both teams have pretty strong molds, good mixes of talent. I think there's a really nice like yin and yang structure going on. Laser Belch, Tofu, Dode, Panga. You know, it's back and forth off of each other. What? Three Cats?
I was looking for the yin and yang in the final two, and you're like, well, okay. We'll stop there.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd say that I have absolutely no idea who's going to win, but I really hope Three Cats blows its top by the end of it.
Absolutely, this is going to be a fantastic race between both teams. I mean, you could have taken those 8 runners and picked any configuration of 4 and come out with a very, very strong team. I think we have some very strong choices from both coaches. Pooh and Barb will obviously be great. I'm sure Juz and Glitchcat will bond over music, and that will serve them well. I think it's just going to be a wonderful race.
They're not there to form a band. They're there to work.
I think the teams are incredibly evenly matched. It's going to be so exciting to see. I think with Kaizo, everyone sort of has their weakness. So depending on what the blind level throws.
What is Panga's weakness? What's Panga's weakness?
Everyone has a weakness.
I don't know Panga's
emotions.
Overwatch.
Level will decide.
Well, I have to agree. I think thinking back, I've watched a lot of GDQs over the years. I've watched a lot of Mario events. I think this is the greatest collection of Mario Kaizo talent in history in one race at this point. So I'm really excited to see. I don't think I've ever seen a greater collection of talent and runners all running the same game. So I'm super excited. The teams are both chock full of people who this is their bread and butter. This is what they do. This is what they're amazing at. They're the top of their field. And I think the teams are pretty well balanced. I'm excited.
All right, there we have it. So that concludes our draft today, everybody. Thank you so much to everyone who's taken part here. Mr. Mighty Mouse, Shovda, Hank Sinatra, and Jen's Orbit, our panelists, and Space Cat and Three Cats, our 2 coaches.
I want to say, X-Water, you did a fantastic job today. I know you look like you're ready to go play beach volleyball, but you did a great job as the main panel.
Wow, that is looking like it's going to be one intense race. Who's gonna take it, the Lunar Magicians or the One Tile Men? You're gonna have to tune in live Thursday, June 27th at 5:27 p.m. Eastern Time to find out. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been your BKR anchor, X-Water. Special thanks to our coordinate in the street, X-Water. We'll see you next time here at BKR. Stay sexy, stay Kaizo.